Hi, I'm Steve. Welcome to my shop. Sometimes you just have to make a micro adjustment to a fence stop or a miter stop and you don't have a micro adjuster on your tool. So I'm going to share with you this quick tip on what I've been using over the years. This has actually been in several of my videos, but it's kind of buried in with another project and it may not be readily recognizable. So let's get to the saw and I'll show you how I make a micro adjustment. So I've just cut this using this miter stop setting, and I'll use the digital calipers and I'll measure it point to point. See what I am. Looks like I'm right at 91 millimeters. And let's say for argument's sakes I need to make this 90.5 millimeters. Well, if I were to loosen these knobs and adjust it, I would just be chasing this thing all over the place, trying to figure out, all right, where I am. I'll do too short, I'll waste a piece, and then I'll go too long. The easiest way I found to do it, if I want to make this shorter, is to use feeler gauges. Now I use metric, so I've got metric feeler gauges. If you use imperial units, use the imperial gauges. Whatever's more convenient for you. I just find the mental math easier on using metric than I do the imperial measurements. So I need to make this, let's say I need to make it 90.5. I could go right to 0.5, but I'm not real sure, so I'm going to sneak up on it. I'll probably make several cuts, so I'm going to go initially 0.4 millimeters. And this fence is fixed, it's clamped in position. The way I do that to make this shorter is to put the feeler gauge between the fence and the workpiece, then clamp the workpiece down. And you should feel friction pulling it out, and I do. And once that's done, loosen the knobs and then reposition your fence, and that should have gone 0.4 millimeters. Get the hearing protection on, and then I'll make the cut. So now I can remeasure. How was it? So I actually reduced almost exactly 0.4 millimeters, which is what I expected because I used the 0.4 millimeter gauge. Then I'll check the fit and go from there. All right. So let's say I needed to make this longer, and well, let's just make it. Let's make it 0.6 millimeters longer. So I'll pull out the 0.6 millimeter gauge. Now, in order to make this longer, I need to move the fence that way, but it's clamped in position. Right now, it's the only reference stop I have. So the easiest way I found to do this, in order to make it longer, the fence needs to go that way. I'll reposition my workpiece that I just cut. So I know this cut line is right here at that stop. If I want to make it 0.6 millimeter longer, I clamp that in position, and then I move this fence. Then I'll put the feeler gauge in position. Now I've positioned my fence such that the next workpiece I make will be 0.6 millimeters longer. So that's the method I use for micro adjusting a fence stop, a miter stop, whatever it is you're doing when you don't have a micro adjuster. And I've found that overall this has been very accurate and repeatable. And let me know what you think. If you've got a different method, I'd love to hear about it. I'm always open to new ideas. But thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.